All right, ladies, so we are live. How are y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. It's May 30th. Okay, I feel like this month, so I'm making my chair go up a little bit more here, but I feel like this month has completely flown by. We had a 14-day challenge this month that a lot of you guys participated in, and thank you for all of you that participated in the challenge. I hope that you were able to get some really great wins while you did the challenge with us. I know a lot of you were sleeping a lot better. A lot of you were building up momentum. A lot of you were starting to build up some habits. So it was really, really great to see that. And for those of you that did the Frenza Fit assessment, you got some clarity on exactly what was holding you back and from resistance, weight loss resistance. And some of that, the five main things that we see is either your calories and macronutrients are off, your workouts are not proper, either it's hormonal, it's metabolic health, or it can be stress. Okay. And these are the five main reasons why women don't see results when they are pursuing fat loss, weight loss, or even improving your body composition. Like, it might not be that you want to lose weight. It might just be that you want to look more toned and defined. And that means that you are improving your overall body composition. Okay. And so that could be one of your goals as well, too. And that is what I mean by, improving your overall body composition. Is that really what that means is that you have less body fat and more muscle on your body? Because we could take two people that are exact same height and weight, but if one has more body fat on their body than the other, the one that has more body fat on their body is going to look significantly different than the one that has more muscle on their body. So that is why we want to make sure that we are focusing on lowering your body fat percentage and gaining lean muscle. Okay, so basically, today what we're going to be talking about, and I'm just going to monitor everything on my phone here. So for those of you that are watching live, you guys can see what we're doing. Hang on one second. Let me just go to the Facebook group here. Here we go. Okay, awesome. So for those of you that are watching live right now, please, if you have any comments or questions or anything like that, please pop it in the comment section and say hello, and we will get started. So today we are talking about why you are not seeing results in the gym and how to fix it. Okay, so this is a common issue that many of us face, not seeing results in the gym and wondering what the heck is going on. I actually just had somebody reach out to me yesterday and say, I'm working out but not seeing results. So let me present a scenario and let me know with it whether this is something that you do. Like, how do you guys find your workouts? Are you scrolling on Instagram and saving workouts on Instagram? B, are you doing maybe YouTube videos for workouts? Or are you just kind of showing up at the gym and just doing your own thing? If this is you, type a yes in the comment section. If this sounds familiar, if you're doing this, if this is your current strategy right now to work out, or you might have like downloaded an app that has some workouts in there, whatever the case may be. Okay. So I want to talk, like, if you want real results, like if you want to actually build muscle, if you want to look really toned and defined, your training sessions need to be designed with purpose. Random workouts that feel hard won't necessarily bring you closer to your goals. I had one of our clients in here last week or a couple weeks ago, and she used to be a group fitness instructor, and she was like, I thought I need to work my body to the bone in order for me to see results, and now I am doing less, but it's very purposeful, and she's seeing far better results. So training hard and training in a way that pushes you forward aren't the same thing. One is wasted effort, whereas the other one, you are going to see progression. And that's why today I'll go over key factors in creating a workout plan that actually works to help you build your leanest, strongest body ever and building that, that beautiful hourglass physique, okay? So the first thing is that we want to assess your current situation. The first step is to assess your current schedule and what is realistic for you based on where you are right now. What used to work before may not fit your body or your lifestyle now, especially if you are a woman over 40. The way that we used to work out, like the high intensity cardio, the aerobics classes, like all of these things raise our cortisol levels. So it might not work for your body anymore. And that is why your body's not responding. But you need to design a program that fits your schedule and lifestyle. When you design for the time that you have, you can create a routine that you can actually be consistent with. And consistency is key. And really, to be honest with you, inconsistency is the biggest results killer. So if you can't be consistent with what you've laid out, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So inconsistency often arises from setting up unrealistic goals, meaning that your schedule is built on everything working together. So for instance, if you design a routine for 5 days a week, missing even one day can throw off the entire system. So always ask yourself, what schedule is realistic for you? How many days a week can you train and for how long? So for example, if you have 3 days a week to train, you might want to do full body splits to target areas 2 to 3 times a week. If you have 4 to 5 days a week to train, then you want to design your routine so you don't miss key workouts. So you might want to do upper and lower body splits. But just because you have an hour to train doesn't mean you should fill it with more exercises. Use the time wisely, maybe for more isolation moves or extra rest to lift heavier. An intense workout doesn't have to be long. The other thing that's super important is that we want to be prioritizing strength training. The majority of the training should be strength training to build lean muscle mass. Doing too much cardio can fight against your muscle gains, and that is because cardiovascular workouts are not designed for you to build lean muscle. They are designed for cardiovascular health, which is fine. If you want to throw that in there, you can. However, most of our clients that work with us, we just focus on strength training and walking. Because most of our clients that work with us are over the age of 40 and 50, and they're in this hormonal phase of their lives where they're very sensitive to stress. So we really have to make sure that we are balancing that with the right types of exercises. So high intensity interval like HIIT or boot camp classes, they're great for cardio health, but if your goal is to get lean, toned and defined, the basis of your workout should be strength training with progressive overload, okay? What does progressive overload mean? Progressive overload means gradually increasing the weight, frequency, or number of repetitions in your strength training workout. This technique helps your muscles grow and adapt over time. So I was talking to someone the other day, and she told me that she was strength training for years. And I asked her, like, what's the heaviest that you can lift in a squat? And I think she told me 15 pounds. And I'm like, okay, so you're not progressively overload training. If you are training properly to stimulate your muscles to grow, you're not using the same amount of weight. You should, at least over a year, have progressed, especially with, like, let's just say a squat. Like, your goal is to squat your own body weight, okay? So if you're staying at the same weight the whole time when you're lifting, you're not stimulating the body to build lean muscle mass, okay? Here's how you want to progressively overload, okay? So number one, you want to be gradually lifting heavier weights over time. So when we give our clients our programming, they have typically a 4 or 6 week program that we have designed specifically for them, based on their lifestyle, based on their fitness level. And we progressively try to lift heavier during that time frame. So you can either lift heavier or you can add some more reps over time. Okay, as long as your form is good, we prefer that you lift heavier to stimulate that. but the goal is that you're always lifting to failure, okay? And the other thing too is that we want to be using compound lifts when we are doing strength training, okay? The reason why we want compound lifts are squats, deadlifts, rows, hip thrusts, chest press, shoulder press. We can also put in like pull-ups in there as well too, okay? And then you have a variation of squats, which are like squats and lunges, but these are all compound movements. And the reason why they're compound lifts or training or exercises is because they use multiple joints and multiple muscles to do that particular exercise. These are not isolating exercises. So you are getting more bang for your buck, working more muscle groups for these type of exercises, okay? So the compound lifts need to be the basis of your programming. And then if you want to target some other muscle areas, like maybe you want to grow some of your shoulders a little bit more, you can do some isolating exercises like side lateral raises or front raises, which will really target and build up more of that muscle group. But the like for shoulders, the compound lift would be shoulder press because we are using multiple joints and multiple muscles for that particular exercise, okay? The other thing that you could do is increase your sets as well too. So instead of doing 3 sets, you can do 4 sets. This would also help with progressive overload as well too. Now, when it comes to training, rest periods are super, super important, okay? If you're only taking about a 10 or 15-second rest period between heavy lifts, you're compromising your body's ability to gain and retain lean muscle. We want to be aiming for at least, 45 seconds to 2 minutes of rest between heavy lifts to maximize muscle recovery and growth, okay? Now, having more lean muscle on your body is crucial for fat loss and building that hourglass physique. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest compared to fat tissue, which helps in maintaining a healthy weight. Plus, muscle adds definition and shape to your body. So if you want to get toned and defined, if you're doing a lot of cardio, well, you're not building lean muscle. So your body composition is going to be comprised. But when we're doing strength training with compound movements, we're doing progressive overload training, we are able to build muscle. And ladies, we are not going to look like men. We do not have enough testosterone in order to do that. If anything, we are going to look better. Okay, we are going to look better. This is how all of our clients build an hourglass body. This is how all of our clients look toned and defined after spending years doing group fitness classes, doing cardio, running, all of these things that never changed the shape of their body until they started strength training and working out properly. Okay. Now, how we vary rest and cycle exercises in a workout, the overall workout design, and the types of moves we use can impact the results that we get. Efficient workouts can help us stay consistent with our training despite a very busy schedule. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is that nutrition is key, okay? If you are using exercise as a way to lose body fat, it's not going to work, okay? You need to have nutrition that is supporting your fat loss and muscle building goal, okay? Nutrition is ultimately what drives the fat loss. So being in a proper calorie deficit for your body and your exercise, your age, and your metabolic health, it needs to be specific for you. That is what's going to drive the fat loss. Now, the macronutrients, so what macronutrients are is every food is divided up into 3 macronutrients. There's proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Actually, I'm going to give an example because somebody the other day asked me, say, hey, my friend does not understand how peanut butter is not a protein source. So I'm going to pull up a peanut butter label just because I feel maybe a lot of you feel like the exact same way. So let's pull up a natural peanut butter label. Okay, let's just do even Kraft peanut butter. I prefer natural because it doesn't have sugar in it. But let's look at this. Let's see if we can look this up. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, let's look at this. So when we look at a label, we will see always calories at the top. So for 1 tablespoon, it's not very much, guys. It's 90 calories. Okay. So for those of you that like your peanut butters, like the amount that we actually want to have, we probably need to have a lot less of that. I know it's delicious, but it's very, very high in calories. Why? Because look here, it would have always divided up into fats, carbs, and protein. When you look at any label, it'll say fats, carbs, and protein. Of course, we've got sodium, cholesterol, but the macronutrients, so every body, every label, every food is broken up into these 3 macronutrients. So you'll see here, fat is 8 grams, carbohydrates is 4, and protein is only 3. So the highest number out of all 3 of these is going to tell you what that source is. So because the highest out of all 3 of these is fat, peanut butter is considered a fat source, okay? And this is why a lot of the calories are high. So for every 1 gram of fat, you multiply that by 9 to get the calories. So 8 times 9, 72 calories are coming from fats. Then we have 4 times, so for every gram of carbs and protein, you multiply that by 4. So 4 times 4, so you're getting 16 calories from carbs, and then 3 times 4, and you're getting 12 calories from the protein. Okay, so what do you do? 12, 16, which was 28, and then 8 times 9. Sorry, 8 times 9, 72 plus 28. This actually is coming out to actually 100 calories, because what they can do is when they're calculating it, they can deduct the 1 gram of fiber that's here. So when nutrition labels are putting this on here, they're actually deducting off the one gram of fiber. So that's why we're getting it to 100 when we're multiplying all of this. I just want to make sure of that. So 8 times 9, 72, 3 times 12. Yeah, so 72 plus 12 plus 12, then we'll get there. So that is why. So we also have to be really careful with the labels, right? They can deduct the fiber, the sugars off the label from the carbohydrates. So it's actually a lot less. But yeah, that's why you'll see a little bit of a difference here on the label. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys so that, you know, you had a good understanding. Now, macronutrients, so the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates is what helps your body composition. So I'm going to do a post later on today. There's quality and quantity. So yes, calories matter. If you are in a calorie deficit, they definitely matter. But also the quality of that food matters. So the breakdown of protein, carbs, and fats really matters. So if we're getting enough protein in our diet while we're in a calorie deficit, that will ensure that we are preserving lean muscle mass as we lose body fat. So our body composition looks good, so that we look really toned and defined. The strength training helps preserve and build lean muscle mass. So while you lose weight, we're ensuring that we don't lose muscle along with fat. This is what really helps you build that hourglass physique, okay? So the strength training is what helps you build that muscle and helps us put that beautiful shape onto our body to help us look toned and defined. Because we cannot look toned and defined if we have no muscle there, okay? Like fat, but the fat tissue does not make you look toned and defined. So you can lose all the weight that you want, where you're losing muscle and you're losing body fat, but you're not going to look tight, toned, and defined. That is why we need muscle on our body in order to do that. And that is why we need to make sure that we're doing the right type of exercises in order for us to see the results that we want in the gym. Okay, so we need to not only look out at like what type of workouts are we doing? Are we doing the right type of workouts? Are we scheduling realistically for our lifestyle? But we also need to look at, what are you doing nutritionally? because you can go and work out all you want at the gym, but if your nutrition is not supporting your goals, it's going to be very, very hard for you to see any changes in your physique. Okay. Now, what we do with our members in our community is that we want to empower you to tell you exactly what's going on. We want you to know why you're not seeing the results. And like I said earlier, there are 5 main reasons: calories and macros, metabolism, hormones, workouts, or stress. These are the 5 main reasons why most women are having weight loss resistance or not seeing the results that they want. Okay, so because you're a community member, I will do an assessment for you, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. I'm going to tell you, exactly what you need to do, what the root cause is that's holding you back. It may be one or more or many of these reasons, and then exactly what you need to do in order to move forward and fix it and see the results that you want. So if you want this, then all you need to do is comment assessment below, and we will reach out. I will send you an assessment form that you need to fill out. So you have to be willing to fill out that information. If I'm going to spend my time to do this, you need to be willing to fill out that information. And then I will get on a 15-minute call with you so that I can review the results with you. Okay. So if you want that, just comment assessment below. So I hope this was helpful. If you need any help whatsoever, we help a lot of our clients through our one-on-one coaching program. If you need accountability, a plan, a guidance along the way, then we're here for you. Ladies, thank you so much for all of you for joining me today. For those of you that could join me today, and if you're watching the replay afterwards, if you have any questions whatsoever, just pop it in the comment section, or you can send me a private DM. Okay, ladies, have a great day, and we will chat again next week. Bye for now.